accessing finance becomes a bit more easier. So talk to us.
So I want to tell my fellow women who are into businesses that we all need to take networking seriously. And in the networking, it's not always that you meet someone who is ready to push finance into your business, but the sharing of ideas, correction, learning from each other. There are also industry
Cross-fertilization of ideas.
Yes, collaboration. So at a point, I got an export opportunity and I wasn't having enough to meet the demand. So I had to fall on my fellow cosmetic people to get their products to meet the demand. And it's all, it was all bet from the networking events that I attended. So we need to take networking seriously. And we also need to try as much as possible to join industry organizations. So for the cosmetics industry per se, we have a lot of organizations and groups, both on social media and traditional, that when these opportunities come, we have access to or we have information. We also try to make very good use of social media. Most of the time we play a lot on social media, or we think that we need to make our money, so we go advertise our products and then we get off social media. But it is high time we look for information on social media. I came across APN, the After Policy Network on social media, and I attended an event they organized for entrepreneurs. I attended their exhibition, and I also I had opportunity to network. I even pitched my business there, and I had people approaching me, even though the financial part hasn't come. I've built relationship with people. So we need to make very good use of these platforms, the WhatsApp platforms. Look out. Sometimes you need to even search share butter cooperatives in Ghana, or after cooperatives in Ghana, there is GPHA. Everyone needs to join. If you want to export, you need to collaborate with people on other markets outside. There are bigger organizations that you cannot do it by yourself. They are the people who bring down the information, and then other smaller organizations disseminate this information. So everyone needs to make it a point to invest in her business. When you are registering for GPHA, I remember the first time I went there, I said, I want to join GPHA. How much is it? How much is the form? They told me 2,000 Ghana cedis. I was with someone, the person said, hey, anybody. It's true, it's expensive, but at the end of the day, picking a flight, going to Kenya to do market research and all that, look at the cost. But with an amount of 2,000 cedis, you are on the page and it just comes, market expedition, this and that. You register, you join, and then you go. So we need to learn to invest in our business. It's all about investment. And so you invest to a stage, you will never be qualified to be invested in.
Absolutely. Awesome. So let me come to you. I think we have some messages, but I'll come to you first, and then I just want to find out from you in terms of opportunities, protocol on digital trade offers to private sector and women-owned businesses. If you can tell us something about it.
Before, permit me to touch a bit on I want to use this appeal to GPHA to lower the cost. To me.
Of the registration?
Yes, to me. I wish I'll have time to look at some.
I thought you were going to say they should up it to $1,000.
No, I will find time to propose some models. Because if we go by this kind of models, we will not become an exporting country. Let me tell you why. The Chinese government and co. Why do we have a China mall here? Why? It is a big blow. You know why? Because the Chinese is giving a kind of incentive package. And instead of you and I going to bring the product here and then add something to it, he brings it straight after being given some support.
And they make it cheaper.
And you can't compete. It's the same. That is a nature what we call the export houses. You have it in Kenya. But that export house, if they don't do more exhibitions, it will become like a normal shop, which will not fly much because you need to have value-added products. The Chinese malls, you go and see value-added products. Now, so if you have a GPHA, you want to promote a lot of companies to export. You have to lower that registration from 2,000 even to 200 cedis. That is the first level.
To encourage more
To register.
Yeah.
We are talking about registration. Then what you need to do is that you build a system, a structure, said that for further services, this is what you pay. Because you are the professional body that is going to look into that. So if you have more than, if you have about 2,000 or 3,000 companies registering because you lowered it to 200 cities, now you let them know that from these services we are offering, you are going to pay so much. It will boost their participation. Because when they start coming and there's a training factor to it, they go apply the training you're giving them, they expand their businesses, they get revenue income, they come and pay for the extra. But immediately they come for a company that is a startup, and you hit them with that registration mark. It's discouraging.
Yeah,
it's discouraging. Right? You won't go there, and they will lose professional expertise. Though you are the anchor institution.
Yeah.
So they should lower that 2,000. To me, it's not encouraging.
Okay.
They should. For example, if you go to this bank, Ghana Exim Bank,
yes,
they have what they call something village. It's like a building inside their it's like a shop, where they are ready to host all innovative products that falls within a exportable chain, free of charge.
Right.
That is an incentive. So sometimes we call for one thing and then our actions put people off.
Yeah.
This is just a passionate appeal. That 2,000 registration, I've heard it's not today. After all, as she said, when you are going to do the what do you call it, the exhibitions outside, you have a role you play.
Yeah.
So if you tell the participant that, look, we are thinking of so and so, there's still some component they are supposed to pay. It's not 100% free.
Yeah.
So at that time, the company might have matured to a certain point that I'm going for an international exhibition. If we don't get grants to defray the cost, because I know along the line some $500,000 from the US from World Bank supported some after activities, and the likes of GIZ and Co have also been supporting. Yeah. So that is my personal appeal. As for the digital question you asked me, the digital protocol, it was adopted this February by the heads of states. We should have done this. In fact, if digital protocol had come when after was adopted in 2018, right, maybe would have seen a lot of its viability during COVID. Okay. I don't need to even go further because it's going to boost not all electronic products, goods and services under this digital protocol. The only appeal the protocol is asking is that now a lot of school of thought are thinking we should be careful the tax imposition, the custom duties that are going to be imposed upon some of the electronically generated products, as it to be. But it does also bar government from having legislative instruments like the e-levies. Yeah. So that's what the protocol is saying. You can have those things, but it should not be such that it's so marginal that it's discouraging the people from transacting digitally. Right. Because don't forget, digital trade is not only immobile, so also delivery. Right. It's part of the process. So this is one protocol that I think that is going to open, because it involves payments as well. And I'm so happy that in Ghana there's a lot of fintech. It's one discussion we need to look at. There's a lot of fintech that is really taking shape. There's a lot of fintech that is improving insurance. People are taking soft loans from fintech. Thank God to the MTN, the Momos. Yeah. People are saving. And so it is a good protocol. It's early day yet. Right. And I'm sure I think in the coming days there's going to be a program like that by the British High Commission or so on that. And I think that we need to serve notice for you people to cover it. Right. That kind of, what we call it, a capacity building. Yeah. Okay. Right. So this one says, hello, I am Paul. Can you ask Ms. Iden what advice she has for other women looking to start their own businesses in the cosmetics industry in this region? This one is from Ben Lord in Winneba.
Okay, so the advice I have for women who want to start their own cosmetic businesses, you need to know the environment you are in, and then you need to stand out. At the end of the day, you need to stand out. So first look at where you are and look at the particular problem that you want to solve. Now, the cosmetic industry is very competitive. A lot of people are doing the same thing, so you need to be very innovative. Everyone is treating acne. Everyone is doing lightening products. So how innovative are you going to be? And we also mentioned the capacity building programs. These programs are open not only for people running businesses, but people who are at the stage where they want to develop ideas. The other time I was telling someone that there is a free business idea. A lot of men go to cosmetic shops and they go to the stress to ask, can a man use this? Oh, as for this, it's for women. As for men, we really don't need. So what's about venturing into cosmetics for men so that at the end of the day, when a man gets a soap, he knows that it is taking care of his hair, his beard, and his body. Men don't have time. So someone can focus on cosmetics for men. So you see, you need to be innovative so that at the end of the day, you stand out. But the capacity building program is key. Now, going back to the accessing finance, there are a lot of women who need finance to scale up their businesses, or there are people who need finance to set up a business, but they don't have the right documentations that will qualify them. So someone who go to the bank needs a loan, then they ask, you have a bank account, your bank statement and all that, and the person is like, maybe I do a lot of Momo transactions. You need to have financial literacy to be able to grow the business, because it's not only about making the product and selling out. You need to do a lot of learning and lots of financial studies and all that. And yes, so far these are the basics, but for the capacity building, so you find all this in the capacity building. At the end of the day, you even realize that the cosmetic business that you want to go into, that is really not what you have to go into when you start attending the capacity building programs.
But for want of time, I would have asked my own question, and that would have been the difference between bleaching, lightening. You mentioned lightening, and then toning. I would have asked, but we don't have enough time, so maybe some other time we'll come. This one says, how do you believe the cosmetic industry can contribute to empowering women in West Africa? My name is Funani in Accra.
So I believe the cosmetic industry empowers women a lot. Earlier, we used to import all our cosmetic products from the other side here. But since the cosmetic industry started booming in West Africa, we are able to realize that we are able to do a lot of things. We have a lot of things, raw materials down here that people come for. They go and refine them and bring them back. And now a lot of people are able to make it on their own. People are able to take care of their own bills. People have their business and they are doing well because they ventured into businesses like this. And also it has promoted self-confidence, because one thing I've realized about the cosmetic industry here in Ghana or in West Africa is that the side effects is less. Let's put aside the organics that come and then they have negative effects on the skin. But on the larger scale, the side effects after using a skincare product is less. And people have now started embracing their natural being, their skin color and all that. Now the rate at which people bleach has gone down because we have decided to venture into the cosmetic industry and teach people reason why they need to stay away from those things and then use what we have down here. So yes, it has empowered us to have confidence in ourselves and also helped us economically.
Okay. This one says, I agree with Mr. Affle. We should inculcate digital tech in the youth from the scratch. This one is from Overview in Medina. So let me stick with you. Just your last question before we wrap up, because we have barely 3 minutes to go. I just want to talk about SMEs and how they can participate in regional value chains, because scarcely or rarely do they do. And so how will they be able to do that? And then how can Africa, that's after promote inclusivity, enabling the active involvement of SMEs?
I think the question is another time, but
it's a pregnant one.
Yes, I'll answer it from Madam CEOs.
Yes.
To be honest with you, Mona, I need to make another passionate appeal. Sometimes the financial institutions should stop this notion of, they don't have documentation. They don't have documentation. They hide behind that. Look, the financial institutions some of them should really restructure their portfolios. The Nobel economist, some 10 years ago in India, he realized that, look, I have the people, I have the market. I can't give them certain loans. Right. What he did was he studied the market. And like, look, they were more agrarian to livestock. So what he did was that he bought the livestock for them.
Right.
Go and rear it. When you rear it, sell it equivalent value, come and pay back my loan.
Right.
We are doing the same old thing 10, 40 years ago. Yeah. What document do you want a startup to bring?
Yeah.
If you, the banks or the institutions, don't grow with them, will you come back for their deposit?
No.
No. Elon Musk, what capital was he having before the US library gave him that seed? So we mix the two. Go and bring this, go and bring that. When they bring, it's not that you want them to bring. Yeah. We need to come to the modern era.
Even when you have they have a different reason.
We call it branch X banking. It has changed, branch S banking. If our banks continue to sit without practicing this, a time will come they might not even have any deposit. Because people will rather go and SMEs because SMEs are now wide awake.
Right.
So we need to restructure our portfolio pattern and what we call documentation and collateralization. After all, do you know that at certain stage in somebody's business, you can use the stock as collateral?
Okay.
Yes. Without necessarily, you can use, apart from the stock can be assets.
Yeah.
The stock can be assets. So it has become a problem. Some of the SMEs, they always have to struggle one way or the other to find certain kind of documentation which doesn't exist, but which can be captured as they are growing. So the banks will have within their department, they should have modernized approach to financing businesses so that they can enjoy their growth and the revenues that come out of it. I want to pause on the SMEs at this point. So if banks are hearing financial bill, the days of go and bring good this, go and bring that is good. But please modernize it.
Absolutely.
Modernize it.
All right, Joyce, your final words, just in 30 seconds and we wrap up.
Thank you very much. I think a lot needs to be done to put small businesses, especially women-owned businesses out there.
Right.
A lot of promotion needs to be done to promote us. Now, when our products are high in demand, that is when we will be able to make more money, produce more, and export out. Like how my boss mentioned, there's China Mall here. We need a lot of Ghana malls out there, not just the Ghana Trade House, but Ghana Mall, so that we promote made in Ghana products, made in West Africa products, so that when the demand comes, there will be the need of our products outside. Yes, and they need to do a lot for us when it comes to the finance aspects. We need a lot of grants. Yes, we need a lot of grants to push us.
Okay, awesome. So that's Joyce Konedo-Aiden. She's the Chief Executive Officer of Essential Cosmetics. And we also in the studio have Mr. Louis Awaful, who is he's an after expert and Executive Director of the After Policy Network. They are the two personalities, awesome personalities we've been having a discussion with tonight. And remember, we're taking a look at challenges and opportunities in the regional value chains and the role of the private sector and women-owned businesses. We'd like to say big thanks at this juncture to our sponsors, the Ghana Revenue Authority, GWEL PLC, Serene Insurance, Ghana Link Network Services, Meridian Port Services, and indeed Phoenix Insurance. Remember, proudly, the show is powered by the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority-GPHA. We entreat you to watch the abridged version of Iron Port on Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. on Ghana Television. And remember to keep watching the rest of our programs here on Metro TV. My name is Kennedy Mona. God willing, next week Sunday we shall bounce back with another wonderful edition of your favorite Iron Port program. We wish you the best of the evening. Thank you for...
Metro TV, insightful and inspiring moments.